Today, we're diving into a really fascinating piece of source material called The 10 Habits of Emotionally Mature People in 2026. And we're going to break these concepts down through the lens of actual everyday moments, so you can really start applying them right away. So, let me ask you, want to stop overreacting and actually find some inner peace in just 30 days? Now, if you're a beginner to intentional personal growth, I know that might sound like a massive, totally unrealistic goal. But what this source material makes perfectly clear is that emotional maturity, it's not about some unattainable robotic perfection. No way. It's entirely built on small, simple daily choices that genuinely yield massive results in just a month. Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We've got 1. The path to emotional maturity. 2. A quick start with 3 habits. 3. Saving energy by letting go of grudges. 4. Honest communication. 5. Attitude towards self and success. And finally, 6. Your daily action plan. Let's jump in.
Section 1. The path to emotional maturity, and specifically, avoiding common pitfalls.
You know, as a beginner trying to navigate emotional growth, it is so easy to fall into a few very typical traps. Imagine your friend is visibly upset about something. Your immediate knee-jerk instinct might be to rush right in and try to fix their feelings for them. Or say a coworker slights you, and you find yourself totally paralyzed, just waiting for an apology before you can even think about moving on. Or maybe, in the middle of a heated disagreement, you just shut down and use silence as a weapon. Honestly, these are incredibly common beginner mistakes, but recognizing them in our daily lives, that is absolutely the first step to moving past them. Moving right along to Section 2, Quick Start. 3 habits for immediate wins for beginners. Our very first profound habit is beautifully simple: naming your emotions. Picture coming home after an absolutely chaotic day at work. Instead of vaguely sighing, dropping your bag and saying, "Ugh, I feel kind of bad," emotionally mature people pinpoint it. They say, "I'm angry, I'm sad, or I feel guilty." By simply giving that specific emotion a precise name, you literally strip away half of its power over you. It is a brilliant, game-changing technique for immediately dropping your daily nervous tension and stress. Okay, the next quick start habit is mastering the art of the polite no. Imagine a neighbor asking you to help them move heavy furniture on your one and only day off. Instead of spiraling into lengthy explanations, completely making up excuses, or taking a massive guilt trip, mature adults utilize a super simple dialogue scenario. They just say, "Sorry, I can't." That's it. Being able to say no without offering all that unnecessary justification is a true hallmark of adulthood. And this naturally brings us to our third quick start habit: maintaining boundaries. I love thinking about it this way. Boundaries aren't brick walls. They're doors with locks that only open for those who knock politely. In practical terms, this means you don't ever allow others to yell at you, but you also don't raise your own voice in return. You, and only you, are in charge of who gets access to your space. That brings us to Section 3, saving energy, letting go of grudges to reclaim your inner peace. You absolutely have to take back the remote control of your mood. Think about it. When you wait around for someone to apologize to you, you are literally handing them the remote control to your emotions. Emotionally mature people realize that holding on to a grudge is just an enormous, unnecessary drain on their internal energy. So they simply stop waiting. The source text actually calls this the bonus habit, but honestly, it is your ultimate energy-saving tool. Forgiveness isn't about being some perfect saint or just doing the right thing. No, it is strictly defined as refusing to carry someone else's heavy burden for the rest of your life. Imagine carrying around a heavy backpack filled with someone else's mistakes every single day. Forgiving them is simply choosing to take that backpack off and put it down on the floor. All right, Section 4 is honest communication, looking at real-life scenarios. So, how does this actually look in practice? Well, when you're upset with a partner, it is so easy to fall into the childish, silent treatment. But here's exactly what you should practice saying instead. "I need some time to sort out my feelings." Boom, it's direct, it's honest, and it totally prevents a temporary, everyday disagreement from turning into deep, toxic resentment.
And honest communication heavily applies to how you talk inward to yourself, too. When you mess up a project at work, do you spiral into thoughts like, ugh, I always ruin everything, or I'm a terrible person? Actually, scratch that. Emotionally mature people replace that toxic self-punishment with a constructive, forward-looking statement. They say, yes, I made a mistake. I'll make it right. Remember, a mistake is just an event. It definitely does not define who you are. Moving to Section 5, Attitude towards Self and Success. Shifting your perspective.
Here is a massive question to add to your daily self-reflection routine. What do I really want? To answer this, try asking yourself a short list of questions after every single workday. What drained my energy today? What brought me peace? Did I act out of habit or out of choice? This little routine serves as the true compass of adult life, overriding all those heavy external pressures and pointing you directly toward your genuine desires.
When you know what you truly want, it's like a giant puzzle clicking into place. These mature attitudes just naturally follow. You become perfectly comfortable being alone. A quiet Friday night with a book becomes a reward, not a punishment. And because of that deep inner peace, you don't rush into a bad relationship just to fill a void. Crucially, when a friend gets that promotion you wanted, you don't see it as a threat. You celebrate their success without a single drop of envy, because you see it as inspiration and proof of what's absolutely possible for you too. Finally, Section 6, your daily action plan. 30 days to a new you. As your guide, I don't want to just leave you with theory. Here is your short, daily transformation routine to cement this stuff. Step 1. Tonight, after work, take a quick moment to jot down 3 emotions you felt today and give them precise names. Step 2. Look over this list and pick just 1 to 3 habits to implement. Seriously, don't try to do all 10 at once, you'll burn out. And step 3, just track your progress for the next 30 days. In a month, you might just be totally amazed at the transformation. So I leave you with this final thought. Which habit will you start today? Are you going to practice a polite no? Finally put down that heavy backpack of an old grudge? Or maybe just start naming your emotions tonight? The choice is entirely yours, but remember, the clock on your 30 days starts right now. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. You've got this.